Good morning, all of you. Wishing all happy Christmas and happy Vaikunta Ekadasi. Sorry if I had to take class because I think mostly some of you will go temples in the evening or the church. So I thought of let me finish off now only. That one. So we'll have as usual 2 hours class. Today it will be exclusively numerical because all the theoretical ideas we have covered. The plenty of good numericals is what has to be concluded. Okay, we'll carry on now. Okay, God will feel really happy when you get the knowledge and you acquire thinking ability and you start serving society. The God will feel really very happy and definitely will help you to get spiritual knowledge also. Hmm. So nothing wrong. Like you study in now here instead of going to church temple, you are attending physics class. I feel both are same. If you acquire knowledge, if you serve society, both are same. No? Okay, work is worship. Huh? Okay, we'll carry on. Even I had to go to temple. I planned after class. Huh? Okay, we'll continue. Read the question. Yeah. In the diagram shown, okay, let me save it. Yeah. They are maintained at temperature 20 and 40 degrees Celsius. At points of this node is connected to a box D containing ice at 0 degrees Celsius, heat capacity. The rate at which ice melts in the box is. So usually directly we'll go for the formula. We know Q equal to MLF and this dq by dt should be equal to dm by dt into LF. Is asking that dm by dt. Further the dq is what? H. So this will be H LF dm by dt. How to calculate the heat? So what all that heat? So here from here H1, from here H2, and it has to be H. So what is H is equal to? H1 plus H2. So this you put it LF dm by dt. What is H1? The ends A and B are at maintained temperature 20 and 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, they are very high temperature. So it is like, what should be the temperature of point C? Anybody? Temperature of point C must be 0, no? Why 0? Because it is connected by a highly conducting wire. The temperature of ice will be temperature of the point C. So therefore, what is H1? H1 should be 20 degrees Celsius minus 0 by resistance of that part. Resistance of that part will be length is how much? 0.1. Shall I write directly? 0.1 meter by thermal conductivity is K. Thermal conductivity is K and area of cross section will be A. Plus what is H2? 40 minus 0 by length is how much? 0.2 by K. Okay, fine, simple. So substituting all the values, we'll get the required answer. Latent heat of fusion also given, we'll get the required answer. But what is the problem? Latent heat of fusion is calorie per gram. What about K? K is given SI unit. So any changes you're going to make it here. I think latent heat of fusion, what will happen? Has to be converted into 4.2 joules. So what is LF value? 80 calorie, 4.2 joule per gram.
336, sir.
So we'll express per gram. Everything this will be. Answer will be 40 milligrams per second. Okay, do calculation. So these are the different types of numericals you'll get it. See, like we have some idea. Now different cases will come. I done same problem where there was a rod here. At that time, there was necessity to find out this temperature. But here what happened? It's a wire. Wire means what happened? Highly conducting wire. So what is the temperature of this? All points of the wire will be same. Okay, no. Okay, there's one very good question I have picked up. Okay, think on it. A lagged stick. What do you mean by lag stick? So there's a terminology what you come across. A lagged stick of cross-section area and length 1 meter is initially at temperature 0 degrees Celsius. It is then kept between two reservoirs of temperature 100 and 0 degrees Celsius. Specific heat capacities is given and linear mass density. Then mark the correct option. Temperature gradient along the rod, total heat absorbed, temperature rod in steady state is not defined. Okay, some is asking some queries. Let's see what all we can answer here now. Temperature gradient, no doubt it should be 100 degrees Celsius per meter. Temperature gradient, because one end of the rod is at I'll start, let me do the discussion here. So this is at 100 degrees Celsius. So what is the length of the rod? Length of the rod is 1 meter. What is the temperature gradient? Should be negative, no? Because as X increases, so temperature will decrease. Suppose say here if it is T plus dt, here it will be T. And this length is X, this will be X plus dx. So dt by dx is in fact negative. So what is the temperature gradient? Should be minus 100 degrees Celsius per meter. Okay, fine. So there's option A I'll pick up. Okay, let's come for the next thing. Total heat absorbed by the rod to reach steady state. Okay, now you see that one. And he has given heat capacity. So therefore, first I'll do one thing. I'll begin like this. Let the mass of this be dm. Heat absorbed by this small element. Let me work out. So dq equal to dms into temperature of this element be T. What is dm? Dm equal to rho area of cross section A into dx into specific heat into temperature. Okay, till here, no problem. Heat absorbed by a small element. Calorimetry, go back to the calorimetry. Okay, next we'll go for the temperature gradient. 100 minus 0 by L should be equal to 100 minus T by X. Temperature per unit length, temperature difference per unit length, 100 minus 0 by L should be equal to 100 minus T by X. Will agree? So we'll define now temperature of the rod as a function of this one. 100 minus 100. Yeah. Okay, now shall we? I'm defining temperature of the rod as a function of X here. Put X equal to 0. This end is X equal to 0. This end is X equal to L. Okay, now you see the difference. Put X equal to 0. What is the temperature of rod? 100. Put X equal to L. What is the temperature of the rod? Should be 0. Okay, this equation satisfies the variation of temperature across the rod. Okay, now, then after this, let's come for this one. That value of T, I'm going to substitute here. So dq rho as dx temperature 100 minus. So this will be rho as 100 rho as. S is specific heat. Huh? So if you want, you can write C also. But since in calorimetry we took symbol specific heat, so I just carrying on the same thing. So this should be 100 is there. dx minus 100 rho as by L x dx. What should be the limit for this? Total heat absorbed. So 0 to L. Okay, solving this, we will get the total heat absorbed by the rod. And this will be rho as L square by 2. So what is the expression for Q? Q will be I think will be Q is equal to how much? Total heat absorbed will be 50 rho ASL. Substitute all the values, you'll get the total heat absorbed by the. So what we should call this one, this quantity, total heat absorbed by the rod. Okay, this one. Temperature of the rod in steady state is not defined. Look at the temperature. I think it's defined, no? We are able to write equation. Look at this very simple idea. Not defined means you can't write equation, but we are able to write equation. Mathematically, I'm in a good position, no? I'm able to write equation very clearly, finish all. Okay, some questions like calorimetry. Actually, there's a question based on calorimetry, nothing to do with thermal only. So where is the thermal conductivity? Only the temperature gradient is brought into picture. Agreed? Okay, let's take the next one here. Read the question. Something related to Newton's laws of cooling, he has brought with calorimeter. Let's see that how we can think. I just mixed up both the ideas. That's all here. Huh? A calorimeter of water equivalent 100 grams cools in air. Okay, let's have small diagrams at least so that it will flash for you. So it's a water equivalent 100 gram cools in air 18 minutes. Okay, the mass of calorimeter. So water equivalent of calorimeter is given for us. How much it is? 100 gram. Cools in air in 18 minutes from 60 to 40 degrees Celsius. No need of just at least this take screenshot, hurry up. Huh? Okay, this is about the, okay, how much of time it will take is telling 18 minutes. When a block of metal of 60 gram is heated to 60 and placed inside the calorimeter, assume heat loss only by radiation, Newton's laws of cooling only valid. Find the specific heat of metal if now the system cools from 60 to 40 degrees Celsius in 20 minutes. Okay, same thing. Metal block of mass, okay, this one, say M. It is also heated to 60 degrees Celsius. Now it will be, along with metal block, it will cool down. Now it will take how much it is? 20 minutes. Find the specific heat of the metal. How to bring the Newton laws of cooling with this one? How to introduce all these ideas? Temperature of surrounding, did he give? Cools in air, and when a block of metal of is heated and placed inside calorimeter, I assume radiation. Now, what are the problems? We don't know temperature of surrounding also. Temperature of surrounding, let it be Ts, I'll write it. Okay, I'll begin like this. What is the temperature? It will 60 minus 40. It will take 18 minutes is equal to, say, some K, no? K I can introduce, or if you want, you write K dash and M and S will come here. Sir, what is this? We are not understanding. Actually, I think Newton's laws of cooling, the formula was like this only. The rate of cooling is equal to K into proportional to average temperature difference. What was here? It was dQ by dt, no? dQ by dt, we'll write it ms dt. If you can recollect, I asked you to remember some. So we'll get like a, this will be K average temperature difference. Am I right? The K was something all. This dQ further, what you can write? dQ can write it as ms dt. So what is M? M is mass of the substance which is cooling. So that ms I can bring it here. And this everything, am I right? This was the formula. This K, what happened? You can write K dash by M. What is M? Water equivalent of calorimeter. Mass and, so you write MC and SC, mass of calorimeter. So what is the average temperature difference? 60 plus 40 by 2 minus TS. This is the initial. After putting the block, then again the temperature will change. Now it will take 20 minutes is equal to K dash. Now mass plus M into S. The block, mass and specific heat of block, average temperature difference. I think what is the only unknown thing? We know MCSC. MCSC is equal to WC. Only unknown thing is S, so that we are going to determine. But we don't know TS. I think you can divide these two equations enough, no? Dividing 192. By dividing equation 192, what we get, we'll get this unknown quantity specific. So we don't know K dash, not needed also. Okay, solve for S specific heat. This will be your answer. Huh? That Newton's laws of cooling formula is very, very important. It can be adjusted here. Able to get this, just logical thinking, nothing is there. We know already a concept that we should apply it properly here. I'll scroll down. Okay, we'll take the next one. Okay, no. If you see the some small idea like a building up of ice, like especially in the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, formation of ice will take place. No? Okay, what is the like a thickness of ice? How do it will vary? So that what happened, we are going to analyze in this particular given discussion here. So we know if you go for the Arctic region, especially Antarctica, if you go there, so we have. So what will be the atmosphere once the winter arrives there? Almost you can say 8 months winter it will be there, not like at tropical countries. In winter, what happens? The temperature of surroundings will go below 0 degrees, so minus TS degrees. It can go up to minus 60 also. I heard information. I never had been. I'm just telling the information what I know. It can go up to minus 40, minus 60, minus 80 like that. So temperatures. What will happen to the ocean? The ocean there, the sea will freeze. No, the water will freeze. The sea water will freeze. Okay, let's see that how that will happen here. So first, what will happen if you look at the water? If there's a water, and there's the atmosphere, no air. The temperature of water, sea water, let be zero. Once this temperature becomes minus 40 degrees Celsius, tell me like a heat from where to where it will flow? The heat will flow from first the surface will come in contact with the atmosphere, so the heat will start flowing here. So if a water at 0 degrees Celsius loses heat, what do we get? Then it will get freeze, no? It'll become ice at 0 degrees Celsius. So like that, what happens? The ice layer starts forming on the surface of seawater. The ice layer starts forming at the surface of seawater. With this, what will happen? The thickness of ice layer keeps on increases. Okay, let's do one thing. Let me give ice some gray color. So let's assume that some thickness of ice layer is formed. I just wanted to learn how this thickness varies with the time. That is what our discussion is. Below, there'll be seawater. Now, from where that ice layer has come, the topmost layer of seawater, which is exposed to atmosphere, it will become an ice. It will become an ice 0 degrees Celsius. So let the thickness of this be X. Then there's a seawater 0 degrees. So temperature of surroundings, how much it will be? There's an atmosphere. No. Who is involved in initially? The seawater will directly come in atmosphere. The atmosphere will extract it. Afterwards, once ice layer is formed, this ice layer, what happen? Will form like a conducting rod. K ice I'm writing, thermal conductivity of a rod. Similar to like how we are thermal like this, the ice is also having thermal conductivity. Now it is involved in transfer of heat. So will transfer heat from the seawater to the atmosphere? No. The ice layer. So what is it? What is the role of ice layer? Ice layer transfers heat from seawater to atmosphere or surrounding, whatever you can put it. Okay, minus TS degrees, it will be less than 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, now I'm interested this thickness X, how it varies with time. Suppose 1 centimeter, again to become 2 centimeter, again to become 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter, how the thickness of ice layer will vary. This has to be determined here. No. So any method shall we apply here? Just think once how you can bring the ideas here. As a teacher, I should give at least some time so that students should analyze on their own. Okay, 2 minutes I'll give. Just analyze what method you can apply. What is the question you can answer? How the thickness of ice layer varies with the time. Okay, now the heat transferred. Let me take this is H. Let me consider a small layer of thickness. Let it be dx. So how do this ice layer is formed when some amount of water freezes? What happens? This particular layer of ice of thickness dx will be formed. Shall we proceed like this? When this much of this layer, I think okay, I'll give. Yeah. Okay, able to see that green color now. Now you see that one. So when a layer of ice of thickness dx, what will happen when it when a layer when it's seawater of thickness dx, what happen? Well, freezes. What will happen? Some amount heat will be released, and that heat will be transferred by the ice which is already formed. But initially, it happens from here. I'm sure that initially there won't be ice. Let's say so. First, the topmost layer will freeze. Then the layer of thickness of ice layer keeps on increases. Not from bottom, from the surface will increase. Let some X layer be formed. Next, again, what happen as the layer should keep on increase. So now, next, which is somewhere here, this water, what happen now will freeze. Then what all when it freezes, the heat will be released, will transfer the already formed layer. Okay, let's go get into this particular thing. So what is the mass of this layer? It will be dm into LF should be equal to H. Should be equal to H, this one. So what is dm is equal to density of ice, area of cross section, then thickness dx into LF. Agree this? What is H is equal to? H is equal to what we should write? Ka temperature 0 minus of minus Ts into X. From where we should bring the dt, no? Anybody? So from where you can bring dt? So look at this equation. Is it dimensionally correct? I think we have to be extra alert here. If Q equal to dq equal to dmlf, I can, but H I'm writing. What is H? dq by dt. So therefore this has to be dm by dt. The rate at which water freezes, due to that, what happen? Heat energy will be generated. That heat will be transferred by this particular layer of ice, which is already formed. So this I'm writing here. Look at this quantity A. What is A? Area of cross section of layer of seawater that will freeze, that will get freezed here. What is this A? It will be equal to area of cross section of ocean or sea. Don't think that a small area, that one, the whole sea at a time, what will start freezing. Are you able to understand? I'm not saying some amount of water. No, the whole sea, what happen at a time, will start freezing here. And look at this, A gets eliminated. So then this will become density of ice, LF. Okay, this will be by K ds, I'll write it. So this will be X dx is equal to K of ice, no? Because of K of water, K of ice is there, is equal to, this is dt. Okay, this I think we know all the content. Density of ice, latent heat of fusion, thermal conductivity of ice, temperature of surrounding. Negative sign I already have put it. This one. So let's integrate this one. Okay, what is the time taken? Okay, it will be like a 0 to, initially it is having some layer, say x naught. Then this will be, or if you want 0 to x, you write it. So this will become rho I ki ts. Okay, this is something very important equation. So how the time, it is proportional to x square. Suppose say from 1 centimeter to 2 centimeter, how much of time it will take? Then 2 to 3 centimeter, how much of time it will take? This everything shall I call some alpha? This everything, let me take, let me call that as alpha. So how it is proportional to x square, no? So time taken for it to 1 centimeter, t1 to, I'll write it. What is the time taken? So what should be the limit now? The limit should be alpha, sorry, this will be x square 1 centimeter to 2 centimeter, or 1 meter, we'll write it. Okay, so that SI units. So how much it will be? 4 minus 1, 3 alpha. Time taken for the length to increase from 2 meter to 3 meter. How much it will become? 9 minus 4, 5 alpha. Time taken for the thickness of the layer to increase from 3 meter to 4 meter. Alpha, this will be x square 3 meter, 4 meter. 16 minus 9. Okay, look at, see this time. Means suppose say, what is alpha? Alpha say like a 1 month. Let's assume that one. Let's assume alpha is 1 month. In first 1 month, what will happen? 1 month it will take for the thickness of ice layer to increase from, or say like a, already it will take 1 month. Alpha is 1 month. What is alpha? 0 to x it will be. So first it will take 1 month for the thickness of ice layer to increase from 0 to 1 meter. Next, from 1 to 2 meter, it will take 3 months. Next, for increase in another 1 meter, what happen? It will take 5 months. Let alpha be 1 month. Able to analyze? So like that, what will happen? So the thickness, what happen, will not be linear. In the first, so first 1 month, what will happen? It will increase by 1 meter. Next, for another increase of 1 meter, it take 3 months. For another increase of 1 meter, 5 months. I think 1 year. So by that time, what will happen in winter? No, it will start 1 month, 3 and 5. How much thickness? Let it increase only by 3 meter. So below, what happened? Water at 0 degrees Celsius. Even it can be at 4 degrees Celsius. No, so all aquatic animals, they can survive. Okay, once the summer comes, the ice starts freezing, and like again, the life will begin here. Like that, 8 months winter will be there. So in the winter, what happens? The thickness of ice layer from the surface will start increasing, but it will increase according to this formula. Okay, this particular formula is something very important. Time taken, what are this one? Time taken for the thickness to increase from 1 meter to 2 meter. Okay, like this, we can. Okay, this is a general conclusion. So this will be 2 meter to 3 meter. Able to understand? So everything what happened, we are deriving mathematically, you see that one. Able to understand? So therefore what will happen, the ice layer formed what happened will behave like a conducting slab through which what happened, the seawater will exchange it to the surroundings. And it will be not linear, you can see that one. First 1 meter, if it takes 1 month, the next 1 meter, what happened, it will take 3 months. And the next 1 meter will take 5 months. So 5, 3, 1, almost winter gone. Then summer will come. So ice will not form from the bottom, from the surface, open, the thickness will keep on increase. I have everything here. So that alpha I brought, so that it'll be easy for us, comparison. Okay, I'll scroll down. Okay, this is about the formation of, okay, let me write name of the topic, formation of, or like a freezing of at northern and freezing of sea at northern and southern hemispheres. Sea, I'm telling her, not some bucket. Means now, what is the simplest conclusion? You have a lake and you kept a bucket, water in a bucket. What will happen to both will take same time for the thickness in them or for the ice layer to freeze, as the answer is yes. What time the water will take in ice, what time, what happened? The water will take time to freeze by 1 centimeter. In the same time, what happened, even in bucket also, what happened, the 1 centimeter thickness of ice layer will be formed because it is independent of area. So shall I put this one? The time, this is independent of area. It doesn't depend. You compare bucket and lake, both will take same time for the thickness to vary. That's the conclusion. Okay, next part. Okay, now what I have brought for lake or sea, no? Read this question. Carefully read. I just brought spherical one. Little bit thinking you do it. Already we know spherical conductor. Can you remember? We'll start with our diagrams. I'll make it small. Okay, no. Let's get into the thin conducting shell. Okay, there is a thin conducting shell. So what initially it contains water. I have everything colors also. It'll be very easy to understand. On blackboard, no, it was very difficult students to make because water and ice I can show different colors. No, it'll be easy for you to understand. Okay, look at this one. So it is initially, because water I cannot store, no. This is so therefore I'm taking thin conducting shell. Radius of this, let it be R. Let's assume that. Okay, I think given no radius let it be R. It is water at 0 degrees Celsius, and this is what thin. What is the temperature of surroundings? Surroundings will be at minus TS degrees Celsius, minus 10, minus 20, or minus 5, like that. So in that case, what happened? Water is 0. So the heat will start flowing through what? Through water. So what is the shell? The shell is thin, very thin. So, okay, not to bother thermal conductivity of this also. Just it is involved only in transfer of heat. Only through ice it will flow, because I have to contain water. No, that's why I brought this thin conducting shell. So don't bother anything. It's telling, assume that thermal conductivity of shell material is very high. Very high means it just involved only in heat transfer. We need to bring it into the calculation. Thermal conductivity of ice, let it be K. Okay, we have to express here now. Okay, at least I'm giving idea. Now tell me, like, from where the water will start freezing, from the center or from the circumference? Anybody? Just now we discussed, no? From where the water starts freezing? From the circumference. Okay, get into idea now. Just think on it. I'll give time, because you have to draw a diagram and analyze. Draw the diagram. Show some layer of ice form. Then the layer of ice will be involved in transfer of heat. Then what is the time taken for the whole water to freeze? That's what my question is here. So let me continue with this diagram. So here is what we have: water, no? Let me go for layer of ice here. So the layer of ice will be formed here. Okay, see now, this is, let small r, I'll take it. So here what happened? Let me assume. Just some mathematics, you should be little bit alert here to take it now. So let me take a small, what is the thickness of this? Let it be dr. So this is water, no? This is K ice. At least, okay, now everyone is able to think very easily. You should thank your teacher. Huh? So what is this? Through this, now the heat will, okay, let me retain this one. So the heat will be transferred by whom? By the ice layer. Okay, this is the ice layer. I'll write it. Okay, no. First, actually, what happens? Actually, the ice has frozen. Okay, we will this one. So when this amount of water of thickness, what is the volume of water that is freeze here? Let's assume that 4 pi r squared dr. When that will get freeze, what will happen? Some amount of heat will be released, and that heat will be transferred by the layer of ice. I think that's what we assumed it. Just stick on to this one. This dm amount of water, when it freezes, dq amount of heat will be released, and that dq amount of heat, what happen, will be transferred by the ice layer. Getting some method? Same condition here. Okay, now I'll write it. dm. Okay, shall we get into problem? Okay, this one, h is equal to, who will transfer it, the ice layer, minus ts by resistance of ice layer. H is equal to what? Power transferred by the ice layer is equal to ts. What is the resistance? Okay, some thick layer are you seeing? Like a thick shell of inner radius, smaller, capital. Anybody formula? I'll make it small a so that it'll be easier. I'll make it small a. Capital R again, resistance of that one. No? You'll get confused. Small a. Anybody formula? Resistance? I think you might have forgotten. Let me go for it. Thermal resistance of the ice layer. What is this one? What is R ice? Thermal resistance of ice layer. Okay, this will be. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
I think some thermal conduction. We are. What is the resistance of thick, thick conducting shell? B minus A by 4 pi K BA. The thermal resistance that I'm writing. See, that's what if you have good memory, it's very easy. No? So 4 pi K ice AR. Okay, what is dq? When that dq amount of heat will be liberated or will be generated? When dm amount of water freezes, no? So dq amount of heat will be generated, and that heat what will be transferred by the ice layer. So dq, what shall I write? dm into lf. Okay, 4 pi k. Okay, dm further, what shall I write? 4 pi r square into dr. dm, I indicated their thickness of volume, mass of the shell, thin shell. Okay, no, this will be okay. Density is needed, no? Density of water, density dm equal to density of water into 4 pi r square dr. This is very important. Please do understand. Rest all mathematics. There's a conceptual part. There's the first thing. The heat transferred by the ice layer equal to temperature difference by resistance of ice layer. Okay, this is okay. From where this heat will come? When dm amount of water freezes into ice, this much of heat will be released. So what is the dm? 4 pi r square dr will become volume of water that freezes into density of water. Okay, 4 pi. So here things will get eliminated. 4 pi r, here 4 pi r gets eliminated. So I'll end up with rho w lf r dr by dt k ice a by a minus r into ts. Let me send on this side all the quantities. Rho ice, density of water, lf a into k ice. So this will be a minus r into r df is equal to ts also will come here, no? Yeah. Check all the quantities. I think I just did. Yeah. Okay, this will integrate. Okay, let me expand further. ADR minus R square dr. What should be the limit? 0 to A. Because for the whole water to freeze, rho W LF A Ts Ki. So this will be A square by 2. I think somewhere. A into R, no? This is. Shall I write directly? So this will become A cube by 3. This will be, oh sorry, A cube by 2, A cube by 3. Just see once. Here it will be A into R. A I took outside R dr. Integral that R square by 2, 0 to A. R square, R cube, R square dr. Integral of that will be R cube by 3. Substitute limit 0 to A will get this much here. So finally, the time will be rho W LF A cube by 6A Ts Ki's. One A gets eliminated, no? Okay, there's a whole time taken for the water in that shell to get freeze. Okay, he is asking some queries. Can you work out? If the total mass is m, then time taken for the first 7 by m8 mass to freeze is more than the time taken for last m8 mass. So what do you mean by that? 7 m by 8. So let m be the total mass. Then, so what is the radius it will take for it to be 7 m by 8? I think it's a pure mathematics. So first what happened? Calculate the radius of the thick shell whose mass will be 7 m by 8. So mass is 7 m by 8 means remaining sphere how much will be m by 8, no? So in a sphere of radius A of mass m and radius A, if you remove a sphere of mass m by 8, then the remaining mass will come and calculate its radius, inner and outer area will be, inner area will be something r you have to calculate. Then that limit has to be substituted here. I think I want students to think because it's a pure mass. It's a pure geometry based one. Please do work out. This will be the option. Like this, what will happen? Cylindrical, spherical, what earlier within rectangular plate like freezes. So here what happen? It's like a spherical, like the different shaped objects, water filled up and it starts freezing. Conditions can be asked for you. Okay, I'll come to this later on. Okay, let's start with some thermal conduction and radiation. Let me mix up slowly some ideas. Okay, if we have there's a thermal conducting rod where there's a source. Okay, or say like a T1, I'll write it. Okay, let this be source. This is a thermal conducting rod. This end, it is given black body coating. So, and because of that, let E be the emissivity. Temperature of surrounding, let it be T naught. Okay, what actually happens here? This is insulated. Let's discuss some very generalized ideas, very important. We are slowly trying to link conduction and radiations. So if you look at this, this is at higher temperature source which is supply heat. So the heat will start flowing like this. How do that heat will flow? Due to what? Due to vibration of atoms about mean position. Am I right? So the atoms, they'll vibrate about mean position. And due to vibration of atoms about mean position, what happen? The heat, the thermal conduction will occur. What is another source? The free electrons. No, how the free electron will move. Free electron, I'll just show by star symbol. It will flow like this. This is due to what? Free electron. So both are responsible for the flow of heat inside the conducting rod. So let length of the rod be L, area of cross section let it be. When the heat energy arrives here, so here the atoms they'll be vibrating or electron will be moving randomly. We know exciting charge particles should give out radiation. So from here what will happen? An electromagnetic radiation will start emerging out or will be generated, and this radiation, let me put it here. So what is this green color? Will be electromagnetic radiation. So now what is the power? This H is nothing but power, no? So what is H? You can write temperature of this be T. H is equal to Ka T1 minus T by L. What is this H? H is a thermal power. Huh? According to Stephen's law, what you can write? E sigma A. Shall we go for T to the power of 4 minus T naught to the power of 4? Okay, this and lambda T is equal to constant. Wien's displacement law. It will, this particular edge, this particular end will give out radiation of all wavelength, and the wavelength corresponding to maximum intensity, I'll define that as lambda. It will give out radiation of all wavelength. Okay, instead of T, if I give lambda, then what you can replace T in terms of lambda, you can bring it. So what is this in turn P? P you can write it as K T1 minus T by L. Okay, what all any unknown things are there? A will get eliminated. You can find out what is the thermal conductivity of rod. Thermal conductivity of rod will be E sigma T to power of 4, T naught to the power of 4. This is L, T1 minus T. In turn, what is lambda? T what will happen? You can define as B by lambda, and you can introduce lambda into the picture. You do get problems of this kind of comparison. So here, in what form the energy is here? In the form of vibration of atoms and kinetic energy of free electron. In what form energy is here? In the form of electromagnetic. This is very important. A student has to really grasp this idea. Here, in what form energy? Heat energy, like a heat energy in the form of, or the energy in the form of vibration of atoms and kinetic energy of free electron. The same energy here it is in the form of radiation, electromagnetic. Same thermal energy only. The thermal energy here in the form of mechanical energy of the atom, also like a thermal vibration energy of atom and kinetic energy of random motion of free electron. And here it will be in the form of electromagnetic energy. Here it will move in the form of a wave. Here also it is, you can see like some sort of energy. Let's not bother at this particular place. Here in the form of electromagnetic wave, the thermal energy will propagate here. And what is lambda? Maximum spectral radiation, the wavelength for which the intensity is maximum. This is called like a wavelength corresponding for maximum spectral radiancy. Okay, these are interrelated. Again, don't think that these are different, this is different. Okay, slowly, are you able to get this one? So any body, all bodies radiate at all temperature. Even this end of the rod will also radiate. That's what I mean to say. Don't think the rod will only conduction. Even if I remove this layer, it will also start emitting radiation because there's also temperature, there's also having surface area. Able to accept this thing. This is something very, very much essential for us. in our discussion. Let's take the next conditions. If thermal conductivity of rod, if it varies. Okay, okay, next condition. Here only let me make it here. This end is maintained at temperature T1. This is T2, where the thermal conductivity of rod varies as K equal to K naught alpha X. Let L be the length of the rod. Then I want what is the total thermal power flowing through the rod. Look at the thermal conductivity. It varies as a function of X. So this is X equal to 0. I want expression for the thermal power or heat current. So what is the basic formula? We'll begin like this. Let me assume a small element of length dx at a distance x. First, we'll find out the thermal resistance of this small element. What is the resistance of this small element? Dx by k into A. Let A be the area of cross section. What is k equal to? K naught alpha x into A. Let me directly find out what is the thermal resistance of this rod. Okay, this is some sort of a logarithm will come. I'll go for integration. dr is equal to 1 by A dx, or will I just alpha? So I should bring alpha here. Okay, let's integrate this one. Now what should be the limit? X will be 0 to L. So this will become
Sir, sir, alpha will be the denominator, sir.
1 by alpha we are adjusting. No, okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it will be okay now. Yeah. Alpha, no, it is. So that integration will be easy for you. That's why I'm just, otherwise I would have directly integrated. Alpha, K naught alpha. These are some simple mass based one, small ideas of mathematics. So the total thermal resistance will be 1 by A alpha. What is the integral of this one? Log of 0 to L. The limits. Okay, further next step will be R is equal to I can save space. Okay, what is further? R equal to 1 by A alpha log of K naught alpha plus L minus log of, put x equals 0 will be K naught by alpha. Okay, fine. This is, so let me simplify this. So A alpha log of K naught by alpha, K naught by alpha, 1 plus alpha L by K naught. Log A minus log B, log of A by B. So this will be the resistance. So what is the thermal power now flowing, or the heat current? That should be equal to temperature difference T1 minus T2 by R. Substitute the value of R, you'll get expression for the heat current. Okay, like this. If thermal conductivity of rod varies, okay, this is a method. K can be variable also, can vary with a distance x. Agreed now? So now there's a very important K. What happened earlier, you have seen where area of cross section varying. Now here with the distance x, the K will vary. It can increase or it can decrease, anything let it be. Okay, next condition will take it. If K varies as a function of temperature, what to do? Some general discussion where student must come across all these ideas. That's why I just picked up here. Look at in this case, what's happening, thermal conductivity. It is varying as a function of temperature. I want expression for thermal power flowing through the rod. Again, the method is same. Let me assume a small element. Here I'll proceed like this. Let H is equal to minus Ka dt by di. Why negative sign? Anybody? Sir, here you are not took sign. Here K is a function of temperature. Okay, I introduced here. So whenever if area of cross section varies or K varies, you have to put this sign. This is like a similar to current density. Electric current equal to potential difference by resistance. That is what approach I developed. Yes, since the K is different at different points, so therefore what I'm just using this formula. Okay, now let's, what is a K here now? K naught. So H by A, okay, this negative sign, if you want, you bring it here, is equal to K naught alpha T dt. What should be the limit now? 0 to L, T1 to T2. Solving this, minus HL by A is equal to this. I think I should further integrate K naught dt alpha T dt. K naught T2 minus T1 alpha T2 square minus T1 square by 2. I'm writing final expression T1 minus T2 okay, this is the expression for the heat current. Okay, got this idea? Okay, now what are the types of rod you come across? Area of cross section varies, thermal conductivity, K varies with the distance, K varies with the temperature. Yes, we can manage. See, applications will become very vast, especially thermal conduction. No, it is having vast application. Now let me introduce to the next set of ideas. So we do have, okay, let's go for, this is a container, rigid container. Now let me introduce n moles of monoatomic gas. It is a temperature, say like a T, and the surrounding temperature, let it be Ts. This having a thermal conductivity K, and the dimensions of this rod, let it be L, and the thickness of this, let it be D. T greater than Ts. At T equals 0, it is having temperature T1. Okay, T naught. Okay, we'll write T naught. At T equals 0, temperature is T naught. So where T naught is greater than Ts. What will happen to this gas? Now it will, what is this? What is this, sir? You put a box. So this is a rigid container. Rigid container, thermal conductivity K. Now, container, okay, there's a box, no, rectangular box, or it's like it's like a cuboid, that one. So what will happen to that heat? The gas will exchange heat to the surroundings through the walls, no? So the heat will flow from all 6 walls. the heat will flow from all 6 walls here. Then I want the pressure of gas at any temperature. So initial pressure, let it be P naught. How to calculate the pressure of gas at any time T? What process the gas will undergo? Anybody wants to answer?
Isochoric.
Isochoric volume constant, because rigid container means isochoric process here. So the gas here will undergo isochoric process. Then we have to find out the temperature of the gas at any time. From the temperature, we can get the pressure. So let me explain the question. N moles of gas is enclosed in rigid container as shown. Find the temperature of gas at any time T. Okay, no, the gas will, what is the idea now? Gas undergoes isochoric process. So in isochoric process, what you write? dq equal to NCV dt. Okay, fine. This is what we have equation. Okay, now let's write the expression for thermal conductivity. The power transferred by the walls, H is equal to K 6A, no, because 6 surfaces are there, 6 faces are there, 6A, temperature T minus Ts, and this is L. Let the temperature of gas at any time T, let it be T. What is L? Here thickness of the wall, let it be D. What is H? You can write dq by dt. What is in fact A will become L square. What shall you write dq? Anybody wants to answer dq? What I should do with dq? NCV dt, isochoric process. Okay, let me bring it on LHS. So this will become 6 K L square NCV D by dt. Okay, let's see that where we'll end up this equation. At T equals 0, what is the temperature? T naught at any time T, let T be the temperature. Okay, no problem. I think somehow we should just relate the thermodynamics idea here, and the walls are just only involved in transfer of heat. So this will become log of T minus Ts, T naught to T. This everything shall we put alpha? Okay, this will become log of T minus Ts, T naught minus Ts. Let me send log on that side. T minus Ts equal to T naught minus Ts e to power of alpha T. Okay, what is the expression? This will be, let's check whether we are right or wrong. See, we are just proceeding mathematically. We must always search the end equation because we know initial and final. Initially, what is the temperature of gas? T naught. If you put T equal to 0, temperature of gas should be T naught. At any time T, it should be equal to capital T. After long time, what do you expect? Temperature of gas should be that of surrounding. Okay, put T equal to 0. Okay, T naught, no problem. Put T equal to infinity. E to power of infinity will be infinity. Then temperature of gas infinity. There's some problem with the mathematics, no? Anybody, can you suggest? I did intentionally some mistake because I want you to be alert. Intentionally, I did mistake so that a student has to make some observation. Anybody, can you suggest where we are missed something? Because this final equation is not obeying the physical condition that will happen. A T equals 0, temperature of gas T naught. After a long time, what will be the temperature of gas? Will be that of surroundings. So what is Ts? Temperature of surroundings. Okay, no. What to do? Let's go back. We know enough thermodynamics. If a gas loses heat, what you write? Heat exchange, negative or positive? Negative, no? So therefore, something is missed here. So this dq, what you should write? Negative sign. See, everyone does mistake. Everyone does mistake, but one has to learn. It's not that, sir, I will not do mistake. No, you can do mistake, but at least you should learn, no? So the negative sign is what should come here. Okay, just be careful. So when you get a problems of these kind, you have to be extra alert. This negative sign will send on to this one. Yeah. So this will become, so I indicated in red color so that you can be extra alert. Okay, now it is justified. Huh? Look at this equation. So what's happening to temperature of gas? In fact, it will vary. Initial temperature T naught, final temperature Ts, and it will, okay, simple idea. The temperature of gas in fact will vary, but he is asked pressure also, no? What to do? Isochoric process. So what is the equations you can write? P naught, T naught equal to P by T is equal to, substitute that. So you'll get expression for, okay. So this is the basic condition. Even the pressure also will decrease exponentially. What happened to RMS speed of molecules? You, what all KTG also you can bring it here. What happened to intensity of gas decreases? Where do that energy go on? Given us at E to the surroundings. I think the whole concept is this one. The whole concept is here. This is the concept. Somehow you should, student has to think this much here. Rest all mathematics. You don't bother. Why 6? All of you got it. 6 faces will come, no? Thickness of the rod will be D. Okay, let's take another condition. Mass, let it be M, mass of the piston, N moles, pressure. Okay, let's have some pressure to be there. So temperature of gas T, that of surroundings, let it be Ts. Okay, there's a, so below, I'll construct the diagram. So what we have is like in moles of gas. So initial temperature of gas is T naught. There's a thermal conducting disk is there below that one. Let the area of cross section be A and the thickness let it be D. So there's a insulating cylinder, insulated, piston also insulated, non-conducting. Temperature of surroundings, let it be Ts. Both the cylinder, adiabatic cylinder and piston is also non-conducting, piston is having a mass m. Initially temperature of gas, temperature of surrounding is more than that of this one. So initially the piston is at a height h naught from this one. So what is the base? The base is conducting. Base of cylinder is conducting. Okay, there's a basic idea. So now at T equals 0, there's what the situation that are there. And now what will happen? There's n moles of monoatomic gas will absorb heat through the base and the gas will absorb it. What process the gas will undergo? Because he has given mass of piston, air is present, no surroundings. Then he's asking what is the height of the piston at any time T. In moles of monoatomic gas is filled in a isobaric, yeah, okay, filled in a adiabatic cylinder at temperature T naught. The base is made up of conducting disk of conductivity K and thickness D. Temperature of surrounding air is Ts greater than T naught. Find the height of piston at any time T. Initially it is at height H naught. Okay, what to do now here? So first we'll see that what is the situation of the gas now. What process the gas will undergo. Okay, I'll start with the okay, this will be the height of the piston at any time T. Shall we say isobaric? Any reason for that? You see like weight mg will act P naught A and the pressure PA. So what is the basic equations? You can write it here. PA minus P naught A minus mg equals 0. So P equal to P naught plus mg by what m is the mass of piston. Look at the P pressure. Pressure of gas is constant. So therefore gas undergo isobaric process. Okay, this is very important conclusion. Huh? Okay, now let's get into the method. So tell me like from where the heat will flow. The heat will flow through the base from the bottom of the cylinder. The base is conducting, and this heat what will happen will be absorbed by the gas, and the gas will expand. It will undergo isobaric process. We are just trying to link some thermodynamics with conduction. Thermodynamic like a conduction with calorimetry we have seen, conduction with radiation, conduction with thermodynamics like that. No, the different topics will be mixed up. The application part. Okay, fine. So this will be H is equal to K A thickness is D, temperature of surrounding Ts minus that of gas. Is it okay? Because the gas is at high temperature, no? Ts greater than T. So therefore the gas will absorb, gas will acquire the heat. What is H? We'll write again the same idea, dq by dt. What shall I write here? dq. It absorbs heat, and what process? Isobaric process. So therefore, any changes will you make it n cp dt. What should be the limit? At t equals 0, temperature is T naught. At any time t, let T be the temperature. This will be minus log of Ts minus T, T naught. Negative sign sent on that side. So this will be log of everything. Let me call alpha. So this log sending on that side. Then this will be okay. Now put T equals 0. I think condition satisfied. T naught. After a long time, the temperature of gas should be that of surroundings. Okay, but he's asking H, no? So shall we go for isobaric process? What is isobaric process? V naught by T naught, or V by T should be equal to V naught by T naught. So this should be A H by T should be equal to A H naught by T naught. So what is H equal to? Substitute the value of T, you'll get the height of the piston at any time T. Okay, these are the some different approaches. Isobaric process, isochoric. I can even bring isothermal also. Uh, Later part we'll see that. First you try to digest all these different conditions. Okay, somebody is asking. Okay, you can see total problem here. Some problems, these are based on current LCT. One should not ask at this level, but still I think if you see in books, no, you do have questions of this kind of, but actually this is after current LCT. If you are able to do this, okay, it would have been nice, but still I don't know in our institution, they do ask questions of this level also. Let me do one thing. This is 100 degrees Celsius. This is 0 degrees Celsius. Length of the rod is L, Ka, and this is 2L, 3Ka, 3L, and 2Ka, that one. P by Q equal to four. I'll write it. Let me make changes here in this way. It'll be easy for me. Huh? So length of this rod is 4L, 2K, and area of cross section, let it be A. Length is L and K. Let this be 6K, 2L, and A. Uh, 3K, 2L, and area of cross section A. Okay, now what is asking, and let this be K, L, and A. It's asking find the temperature of the various points. So like it's telling temperature of X, Y, P, A. Okay, A already we used symbol, no? A, B, and C. Temperature of A and C are given 100 and 0. Is asking what is the temperature of X, Y, and B. We do have some sort of network like this. And one more rod we have. 3K. How do I connect? Okay, let's not bother. Okay, there's a connection that is made. So find the temperature. It points B, X, Y. So this is like a V-stone network. I think if many might have not heard this, the ratio of this arm, if it is equal to the ratio of these two arms, if it is equal to ratio of these two arms, no current will flow.
Sir, it is not equal, sir.
Not equal. Huh? 2, this will come, no? The resistance of this will be 2. 2R by R. Okay, this will be, yeah, will be there. Yeah, welcome. The ratio of these two arms is equal to ratio of these two arms. Oh, L I should adjust. Okay, just I think I'll adjust it. 6L 2K. Check it now. Okay, we'll do one thing. First, we'll calculate resistance of all the parts. Huh? Resistance of the rod BX. How much it is? 4L by 2Ka, which is 2L by A. Let me call this is some R 2K 2L by K. Let's be value. Resistance of RXC will be L by Ka. Resistance of the rod RBY will be 6L by 3Ka, which will be 2L by Ka. Resistance of RYC is equal to 4 2L 4K 2A. Okay, I think this is the how much you'll get L by 4K. Not equal. What values I assumed? RBX by RXC should be 2. Okay, this should be 2 means, okay, I should get L by KA as this one, no? Okay, fine. Yeah, some value. 8L. Okay, now check it.
Yes, sir.
No, it is. Okay, there's a thing. So according to the condition, if RBX by RXC is equal to RBY by RYC. If that is the case, then temperature of X equal to temperature of Y. Then no heat current will flow it. And if there is no heat current, you can remove that rod. You can totally remove that rod from the circuit or from the structure, that one, if this condition is satisfied. This is based on Wheatstone network. Now we can't derive all this, but I don't know. Still, they are such numerical. That's why I'm just alerting you. So in fact, this condition is satisfied. You can check it. No, this condition is satisfied. So therefore, I can remove this particular rod. So when I remove that rod, so how do we have? We have a simple circuit of like this. Now let's get into this is 100, 0. So let me call this is R, L by Ka as R. So how much it will become? 2R, 2R and R. So what is this resistance will be? 2R, R, this is R, this is 2R and this is R. Am I right? How these two are? Okay, what all heat current you send it, no? A part of heat will branch here and the remaining will branch here. Look at now. How these two are series. So shall we replace effective as 3R? Here this is 3R. And again they'll become parallel. I'll bring register symbol. It'll be easy for you to follow. This will become 3R, 3R, and this is R. 100 degrees Celsius, 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, we have to find out temperature of this. 3R, 3R parallel, 3R by 2. Can you give me the temperature B if you know this much? Same heat current will flow, no? Earlier it was H1 and H2. Now when I replace by both with same thing, no, we'll get here. Now let's write the equation. H is equal to H. 100 minus TB by R is equal to TB minus 0 by 3R by 2. R get cancels. So this 100 minus TB equal to 2 TB by 3. 100 equal to 5 TB by 3. How much it is? 60 degrees Celsius. That's the temperature of the point B. If you know temperature of point B, 60 degrees, and you know this is 0. Can you calculate temperature of X? I'll minimize. You see the next part of the problem will be this is 0 degrees Celsius C. B is how much? 60 degrees Celsius. The resistance is 2R. This is R. Is asking temperature at X. Again, the same heat current H1 will flow. I'm asking you to look at here. Either take help of this or this, anything. So then again, what you can write it as H1. What is H1? 60 minus Tx by 2R equal to Tx minus 0 by R. 60 equal to 3Tx by 2. What is the temperature? Tx. And since Tx equal to Ty, so therefore temperature of Ty is also 60 degrees Celsius. Like this, we can find out the temperature of all the points. But sir, how do I come to know? This is called like a Wheatstone network condition. Just I give that one. May not be very important. May not be very important. Just have an idea. Okay, this rod is removed. No heat will flow across the rod connected across XY because Tx equal Ty. If the temperature difference is 0, no heat current will flow. This rod will be removed. I removed it. This is based on series parallel for advanced exam. Final advanced means IT process will not be interested to ask these things because already they are in current density. What is fun in asking this one? Okay, in weekend exam, teacher may show interest, but final exams not needed. Already the ideas is there in current density because not a big issue here. I feel since if you don't know current density, you feel this is something very big. When you know current density topics, no, you feel this is very funny, very easy, nothing to do. Okay, similarly, only thermal conduction, what happen? You can stress anything. Radiation, okay, very simple, straightforward we have. Okay, if we have 3 rods like this, temperature of this 40, temperature of this is T. Okay, the thermal conductivity of this is say like a K, length is area of cross section, this be A. I want temperature of this junction. How to calculate temperature of this junction? Temperature, okay, these are the points we'll give X, Y, Z. Find temperature at Z. What to do for this? So look at this point. This is at temperature 40. This is at T. So in fact, the heat will enter here, no? The heat will enter the system at this particular point. And it will live here. So if you take this help of a circuit, it will be much easier. Huh? So there's a one rod. Okay, make circuit like this. Huh? Here it is 40. What is the resistance of this? 5L by, okay, let R is equal to L by K. Shall we write it this much? So this will become, what is the resistance of this will be? 5R by 2. Resistance of this will be 4R. Resistance of this will be 3R by 2. And this is what the point Z. Okay, what all that heat current, it will enter here. It will branch out H1 and H2 and it will leave. This is what we have to think. You have to think in terms of this one. There's no other way. The heat will enter at high temperature, will leave from the low temperature. So why can't heat will leave here? Because he has not given there is any other thing connected. So therefore, what heat current flows here, the same should flow here. It's like a pipe, no? Water flowing here, the water will pass through this pipe, and then remaining water will pass through this pipe, and it will bend. So it will flow like this, finish over. So how to get the temperature Z? So temperature of this, we know T. You convert this problem into very simple. It is this Z, this is X, this is Y. This is what? 3R by 2, and this is 4R. So the same heat current is what will flow here, no? So again, what is the formula? Temperature at this point, 40 T. So H1 equal to H1. So what is the equation you can write? Temperature difference 40 minus Tz should be 3R by 2. Tz minus T equal to 4R. 2 by 3, 40 minus Tz equal to. Okay, let's solve this expression for. So this will be 8T by 3 minus 2Tz by 3, Tz by 4 minus T by 4. Anybody value Tz? Anybody value Tz? In fact, you can send 3 on this side, 4 on this side. In that way also you can simplify. Anybody value Tz?
35 by 11, sir.
35 by 11
Into T.
into T. It will be around 3 point. Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, these are the things, no? So different types of simple series parallel only. Maximum, it will be like a simple series and parallel only. Okay, I agree this. So these are the some different types of questions what a student will encounter, and you should be very careful about the rod, especially the application of rod. Thermal conduction, no? The way it can be related to some Ohm's law or some thermodynamics or with some calorimetry. You can mix up wherever you want. Okay, I think we'll stop here. Tomorrow, I do have a few more problems because they're all advanced level. I think mains may not help you. So tomorrow I'll discuss few more problems. Huh? The only thing is the timings is a problem there. Huh? I think the maths and chemistry timings may not be fixed here, and I do find very difficult to get that complete class. This happening every Saturday because I do have senior class. Okay, somehow I'm managing that class. By the time when I come here, no, I'm not getting the exact timings here. Huh? Okay, we'll try to see some. If I get 2 hours, no, on Saturday, at least even 1.5 hours. Okay, we can do something better. Okay, we'll meet tomorrow for paper discussion. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.